Did you expect to see the racetrack? I'm sorry. You must be disappointed right now. Yes, we're here tonight for the, well, final race of the 10 before we get to the final 4 of this Great Lakes Racing Series. Black Horizon Truck Series Championship. Final 4 about to be set. Well, I'm still working on the downloads. They're about done. Well, as a matter of fact, downloads are done. It's just a matter of me finding where I'm clicking. That's why I'm looking at the screen over here. And clicking on the right spot. But I didn't want to be late for the broadcast and be late for the race, which is about to get started. And thankfully, my computer's really quickly, so I can get right there and right on the broadcast just as quick. But I am the captain. Hello, live in my spare room. Welcome in as we get ready for tonight's race for the GLSR 200 from the Brickyard in Indianapolis, Indiana, virtually here on iRacing. We appreciate you joining us here this evening. Sorry you have to look at my boring face here for about a minute or two, but we're uploading into the room right now as we're getting downloaded. Qualifying is going on, and we're about to see potentially 10 drivers drop to 4 before this race is over with. Obviously, personal note, I don't like it to make it about me, but for a second I do. It's been a wild-ass week. Let's just be straight up honest with you. I thought last week was wild. This week said hold my drink. Yeah, needless to say, I got my booster shot on Sunday, and I felt like I got my ass handed to me from it. Basically, spent Monday at work for a little while and then felt terrible. Spent all of Monday night and to Tuesday morning in bed. Went to work after I finally got everything to cooperate with me, like ibuprofen-wise and stuff like that. Worked all day Tuesday. Worked today, and as you see, I just got home a few minutes ago, getting everything uploaded into the stream and ready to go here momentarily from the Brickyard. That's what kind of week I've been in. I've missed another broadcast on Monday. We'll get that uploaded, I promise. But we're here. And the good thing is I let all the leagues know in advance that this could potentially happen. It has happened, and here I are as we get ready to go racing. Hello, Drift. Good to see you. And we're going to be good to go here in just moments as, again, this race is loading in. The race should be about to grid up here, and thankfully they use about 2 minutes to grid. In worst case, I just tell Drift to sit out of his truck for a minute until they grid up, and then I'll get a full 2 minutes to grid. And we're just about there. So as I mentioned, we got 10 drivers in the running for the final 4 standings in the playoffs when it is all said and done. And it is going to be interesting, to say the least, tonight, because the challenge is on for drivers to bounce their way up into the championship 4. And to do that, some of them are going to have to go out here and just straight win the race. And the question is going to be, is that possible this evening? We shall see. There we are. I can take me off the grid now. There is the screen up there ready to go. Let's take you down to the grid. And there are the trucks ready to go as we see the starting lineup here for the Great Lakes Sim Racing GLSR 200 here from the Brickyard. Dylan Parker on the pole, along with the guy who I am saying right now could be the guy to beat tonight in Indianapolis, Sean Peachin. He will start outside of row number 2. Row number 1, I should say. Noah Mayari, Zach Allman. They will start in row number 2. Brandon Alphin and Caden Atkins. Alphin could be a sleeper tonight when it is all said and done this evening. Yes, you're going to see paints uploading because I got trading paints going also at the same time here. Sam Fontaine, J.W. Miller, row number 4. William Martin, row 5 with Alan Best. Cam Ingram, Brian Sutphin, row number 6. Row number 7 is where you see Sam Barnes and Justin Bondurant. Row number 8, Christopher Dean, Chris Evans. Row 9, Cody Beatty. That's last season's winner, the sleeper, right there in the 17th position. He'll start next to Robert Johnson. And the rest of your starting lineup, Jason Clark, Cedric Ingram, Jason Dalton, Blaine Sparling, Telder and Dylan Glass, Drift, and Travis Icavacci, Tyler Brewer, Lucas Strayer, Alex Cummings, Ben Pierce, Brandon Trajembo making an appearance in the league this season. Robert Lukens there in the 32nd position. That'll make up your starting lineup for this 80-lap, 200-mile race that'll set the grid for the Black Horizon Truck Series Final 4, which will race, wait for this, next Friday. Remember, we go back 2 days from tonight, so that'll be 9 days from tonight on a Friday night virtually from Chicagoland Speedway as we will broadcast live from Black Horizon Brewery. As we come to the green flag in the start of the 5th race here at the Brickyard. It's an annual tradition to race before the final race of the season. It's more of a seasonal tradition since it's not yearly. It's seasonally. Here we go, green flag. Let's set the final 4. Off turn 2, you see Mari right ahead of Peach and Harris Parker. Going to stretch it out. The hottest driver on the circuit getting it going. Parker getting away really quickly here. As the battle on for second, Mayari under attack as Peachin comes back to his inside to turn 1. As Angel Vellante joins us as we welcome everybody in tonight to Indianapolis. If you're just joining us, apologize for a little bit of a late start, but obviously had to do some catching up with the new build and stuff. Obviously, it's my first time back on iRacing since what was it, Sunday, I guess? I didn't even have my computer on since Monday, as a matter of fact, as I think about it. Get off my screen. Discord trying to interrupt me. Let me jump you over here. Sorry about that. So we run on board with Noah down the back, or front straightaway here as they complete lap number 2. As Parker trying to pull a Hendrick on these guys here, just showing he could be the hottest truck in this field now, as he's gone to win the 3 of the last 4 races so far this season, as everybody pretty much single file as they work their way through the south portion of the speedway and up the back straightaway. First battle right up here is Fontaine trying to get under Brandon Alphin in the Dales Pools in spot number 28. Unfortunately, at 28 going backwards. Wonder if he's in a little bit of a tire saving mode. Well, good news, we made it the first lap. Last season, 2 drivers who were in the final 4 didn't even make it, or one of them didn't make it past lap 2 in the race before he was knocked out. So obviously tonight you got to be very careful. If you're up there in that top 10 or top 4 out of the top 10, you might not make it if you have issues. So you got to be careful, and you got to make sure you get all the laps and get yourself a good finish this evening. Parker leads at lap 4. As he tries to break the drafts of Sean Peaches, these guys start to get the run and start to get closer to Dylan. Are we going to see an attack for the lead here, potentially? Sean Peachin, who pretty much, I mean, I don't know how else to put it, lives and dies by this race right here. I don't know how other way to put that sentence right there, because the man grew up in Lafayette, Indiana, which is about an hour north up I-65. Yes, he lives out in Vegas right now. But this is like his track. He loves racing here. And needless to say, tonight, he still feels, not to mention from last season, that this track owes him one. After last season, he was in the Final Four. And then by the time we made it to Chicago, he wasn't in the Final Four. And there he goes to the lead. Sean Peachin, lap number 5 to the front. He's going to bring Noah Mayari with him. So you wonder if Dylan burnt off the tires. In the first laps of this race. Images on my screen. Looks like Ben Pierce has had some issues. And he is on pit road. The driver who finished second in last season's Indianapolis race on pit road with issues. As we ride with Christopher Dean under attack. That's Chris Evans, a teammate going by. Or no, actually an old teammate, I should say. And yes, in case you're wondering, I am trying to work on a couple of little things while I call this race. It's called multitasking. I'm sometimes good at it, sometimes I'm not. We look at that 22 car, which is a tribute to Kimi Räikkönen in the Ferrari paint scheme. Paying tribute is old Sammy B there, who, by the way, had a podcast last night. Ran the podcast for us. Of course, I, wasn't there. For obvious reasons. But, I heard he had a great episode, and I'll have to check it out when I get the opportunity to tomorrow while I'm driving and delivering packages because, well, that's what I'm doing right now these days. And Sammy getting by Dean there for the position. There you see the 4 going by the 48, making that pass for position. Oh. Well, 10 laps in here at Indianapolis. Already Peachin pulling away to about a half-second lead. You got to wonder, when will that doubt start to enter his mind, especially as he realizes he's stretching it out a little bit here, which, by the way, been told 17 to 18 laps on a tank of fuel here. So can anybody stretch it to 20? If so, you're looking at a 3-stop race to the finish of this thing. Otherwise, you're looking at 4 stops. And so far, great start to this race, as we haven't seen a yellow yet, but we've had a couple of little incidents out there on the track. Hasn't really caused any big-time delays here in this 32 truck field. Let's go back and see what happened to Robert Johnson here at the start of this race, as he tries to go to the outside of the the inside, I should say, of Dylan Glass in that old Milwaukee truck. And pulls down to the inside. And jumps to pit road. Not sure if something came up for RJ there. Unfortunate deal there. And then let's see what happened to Mr. Pierce. The second place finish. Oh, netcode with the 40 of Brewer. Ouch. That's an unfortunate deal there. We go back here and see a battle between Alan Best and Brandon Alphin. This is the 9th and 10th positions right here. Got the 11 of Justin Bonder right there behind him. And then the 5 truck of William Martin behind him. You see Alphin look to the inside right now. And he will take that spot away. So Brandon actually starting to work his way back up through the field after falling back just a little bit. Earlier in this race, actually started up in the top 5 and has fallen back to 9th right now. As we look up ahead, Dylan Parker starting to put pressure back on the 21, who gets super loose off the corner. Parker's going to be able to take advantage, I think. Karapichin's doing the right thing, protecting the bottom. He is not going to be able to get close enough, I think. He must have stayed in the throttle during that whole thing. But there, he does have to give up the lead back, so Parker back to the front. As Peachin will have to regroup here for just a split second. So down in turn 3 and 4, Dylan Parker starting to stretch it out now, so you wonder if he maybe saved a little bit of tire during that run. And here we go with some pit stops right at lap 16, as I mentioned. Parker, Mayari coming to pit road. We got to watch really closely to see how this works, and it's actually all the teammates here. PPM. Allman, Parker, Mayari on pit road. All but Caden Atkins coming in. And Parker overshoots his stall a little bit. He did that last week, and it actually helped him. And now here comes Peachin, here comes Atkins, here comes the rest of the field, a pretty good amount of them. Looks like Fontaine's going to stay out. Another lap here. Now another factor that's going to come into play. Ooh, one truck getting loose, almost clipping the outside wall, or the wall of pit road, as the cone's taking a butt whooping. There was a black truck that might have been Dalton back there, him or Alex Cummings. I'll have to see who that was. That was doing the pit road jive. And Alex Cummings blocks it up, turns her sideways on the pit road. Now the one factor, remember this, there is a comp caution at lap 40 if we do not have a race caution. As looks like Dylan Glass having issues with his pit stall. Race off pit road. Peachin just pulls on out there. Atkins locks them up, but thankfully they didn't actually hit each other when it comes to how it all worked out for each other. All right, so now here come the rest of the field here at lap 19. Does anybody try to go 20 laps? I haven't get. Oh, Brandon Trijembo. Problems trying to come to pit road. He's got plenty of time to back it up and go because he's going to back it up to pit road. Oh, why not? No caution. And I'm seeing mostly tires here. Brandon Alphin, I don't think he took tires. So that's going to bring the lead back to Dylan Parker as it cycles on through. As they go around the lap truck of Tyler Brewer, it looks like. Brewer had damage he had to fix on pit road there. Look at this, back for the lead. Peachin going to take it from Parker. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those nights where if somebody wants to take this win from Sean Peachin, they're going to pry it from him. And Sean's starting to stretch it out a little bit here on Dylan. Mayari, Zach Allman there in the 4th position, doing a good job. J.W. Miller up there in the top 5. He's missed a race or two this season, but is back up here. We got 3 wide off turn 4. Who's that way back there? Back there, Dylan Glass. Chris Evans. And is that Bondurant back there? No, it's Lucas Strayer, the 41. All 3 wide into turn 1. They sorted it out pretty well. been a fantastic season to watch. Cannot wait for Season 6. The schedule was announced recently. That'll kick off here in just a few weeks after the new year. You know what I'm realizing here? Sean Peachin took tires. The rest of the top 5 does not have new tires on. So Sean Peachin actually is going to be down a set of tires here if we make it to this comp yellow at lap 40, which will be interesting. Others that took tires during that stop: Bondurant, Ingram, Fontaine, and that's Cameron Ingram, Sutphin, and Cummings right now, your top 11. Very interesting strategy. We'll have to see which one plays out. See Sean really stretching away, and you see these guys fighting their tires here, and teammates are going to battle it out now. I think for the third place position. Let's see if they drag race down or are they going to help each other. Either way, here comes the 11, Bondurant. And he'll take it into turn 1. He's going to go for the twofer here. Fresh tires inside. And he takes the spot away. Cam Ingram now coming through the picture himself there, going past the 54 and the 8. But the fresh tires making a difference right now. You can see how much these trucks are dancing on the older tires. Look back there. 26 is Sutphin, hold on to a handful. And Sutphin continuing to roll his way up here through the field now. The 26 laps in, it's a Sean Peachin show up in front as he and the 3 truck have dominated, but with the newer tires here, Sean's driven away to a 5.5 second lead over now Justin Bondurant, who has moved to the 2nd position. Dylan Parker now 3rd. Cam Ingram might be about to pounce in that Strada Italiano Chevrolet. It looks like he's actually had an argument with the wall a little bit there as the 7 truck. Oh yeah, you can see the damage on the right rear. Of course, our cameras tonight presented by Track Cams for Gourmet. You can always get oval cameras, road course, and rallycross cameras online at trackcams22.com. You can also check them out on Facebook and more. We were on a board with Dylan Parker going down to turn 1. I think that 7 truck is a little hurt now by that damage as he's not able to get around the 3 even though he has fresher tires. Sean Peachin right now is looking pretty solid. Now look at his lap times. He is all of nearly 1.5 seconds faster than Parker and others on older tires. I think Parker's going to jump off the old tires. He's like, hey, I need tires. Locks it up at the line here and comes to pit road. And here comes the PPM guys back to pit road. Ooh, this is kind of an interesting move. As Allman comes with him, and so does William Martin in the 5 truck. And I believe a 2-tire stop here. Interesting. Look back here as a fight for position going on. Lucas Strayer and Caden Atkins there in the 2 truck. Right behind him, you got Noah Mayari, Dylan Glass, and Telder also starting to come into the picture here in that 44 truck in the 13th position. Alan Best back there with Sammy B. Sammy having a good run there in the 14th position right now. His words earlier, I'm slow. No, you're not. You're running in the top 15 right now, Sam. Strayer takes the spot away. Look at Barnes working his way underneath Mayari himself. Taking the spot away. So a lot of comers and goers throughout this race. A lot of different tire strategies going on. We'll have to keep an eye on Dylan Parker and Zach Allman to see where they come out here with this whole thing. The one shocker, I guess we have to say, is, well, this guy right here, Cody Beatty. Cody's got heavy damage already on the right side of his truck. Didn't see what happened there. That truck's destroyed. And the defending champion, unless he gets some kind of miracle, is not going to two-peat this race. Caden Atkins, Noah Mayari to pit road. So here comes 2 more of the PPM guys. Oh, and then Caden overshoots his pits. Kind of trying to break this down in my head what the strategy is here. As they both get away. Check out Jason Dalton. He's getting to the inside. Here comes the 4 truck. Getting around the inside of us. Cameron Ingram in the 7. So I don't know if you saw the news today on Twitter. I saw it during one of my rare little breaks I had between working and other stuff. The big announcement over at the short track. I know obviously it was announced earlier this season that the trucks are going back to the short track next season to race there at Lucas Oil Raceway, but as I say the name of the track, that's where the announcement comes in. They have renamed the track. I was watching Telder make a late push out to the inside of Dylan Glass there. It is now Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park. So they've brought the old school in with the new. So now IRP is technically back. I like it. I like it a lot. Some things we've missed now. Look at Brian Sutphin. He is up to the 3rd position. How about Alex Cummings? Started 29th. Almost dead last on the field. In an all green flag run is up to the 4th position right now. That might be somebody to watch here later on. J.W. Miller still in the 5th position right now. Jason Dalton still in 6th. Cam Ingram and then Lucas Dreyer has gone up 20 positions. He's up to the 8th position after starting 28th on this field. So, as you see, this track, a lot of comers and goers in this field. Robert Lucan's getting in a fight with the outside wall, turn 4 there. As for 3rd, Cummings back to the inside. He takes it from Sutphin. So there's something in this 63 truck that might be being overlooked here a little bit. The winner from Eldora has gotten a little something in this 63 truck. Dylan Glass making the pass on Cameron Ingram, who, again, I think he got the wall just a little bit ago, and unfortunately now is starting to fall back. Glass going to go by. Telder's going to pass him also. So as we're 5 laps away from this competition caution halfway break, very interesting to see here what kind of strategies we're going to see. And who's going to dive to pit road, who might not. Robert Lucan's coming in, but Robert, unfortunately, is a lap down right now, 27th position. So this gives us an opportunity to talk a little bit about the Celiac Disease Foundation. Of course, you see the link down there in the bottom of the page, especially if you're over on YouTube right now. You're going to see the link in the description. You can click on the link to get information about celiac and what it is and what you can do to help the fight against celiac. As Alex Cummings has had issues coming to pit road, and caution comes out because of it. For the 2nd straight year or season, a driver has trouble coming to pit road and brings out a caution. This time it took 2 of them to happen. Well, that basically eliminates the competition yellow and really puts this race into interesting strategy. All right, let's really quickly see what happened to Alex before we get to the pit stops here. Obviously, that Tundra coming to pit road. Decides late to come to pit road, and I think he had too much rear brake in the truck. He sure did. That thing goes spinneroonie. And that brings the caution out right there. Hell, he didn't hit anything pretty impressive. So now it's interesting to see what happens with these guys who got trapped a lap down and stuff. Come to pit road and see what happens here, because people like Noah Maori, Caden Atkins, all those guys are still a lap down as they all come to pit road right now. It's kind of interesting how this all works out, because last season it came down to fuel mileage, and this season it came down to fuel mileage. So we did this last week. We're not going to have as much time to do it this week, so let's see if I can get a couple of channels who have I not spoken to? There's my English. Spoken to much this season. Let's see. You know what? Let's go down here to the Brew Crew, the Brewer Motorsports guys. I'm going to jump in their channel. They only have no clue I'm going. So here comes my little pit walk that we started doing last week, or at the 2 weeks ago, whenever the hell the last race was. I think it was at Road America when we had the competition caution. So I'm just going to jump down here and interrupt the Brewer Motorsports guys as they all race here. Dylan, Jason, and of course Tyler, all 5-letter named guys. That's kind of ironic, but because here I am Chris. But how's it going tonight?
Not too bad.
Yeah, pretty good. Dylan's running strong.
Yeah, Dylan's running pretty well. Jason's doing okay. Tyler's got netcode issues. And otherwise, I think you guys looking pretty strong. Tyler's closest to the pace car I think he's been in a while.
Yeah. me and Ben had some weird contact, and I don't know what happened.
It was straight netcodes what it was. It was like the turbulence of netcode brought you together. That's how it looked.
I don't know what happened, dude.
Go, Tyler. Go.
Yeah, go, Tyler. Go. Wherever you're going. Anyways, just want to come in and say hi. Wish you guys the best. And
thanks,
go from there.
Thank you.
Sounds
good.
All right, door bumper, clear. And I'm going to jump down to this channel down here where I kind of know these guys decently. Cameron and Brandon. Cameron got in a fight with the wall, destroyed the truck. And Brandon's running up here right now. But how's the racing out there?
Good, man. It's just like a nice little Sunday cruise up in Indianapolis right now. Just trying to play a little fuel strategy and see what happens.
I've done that a few times, actually. It's a fun little trip in the Circle City there.
Oh, up to Indy?
Oh, in Indy. I was up in that area for a couple years now.
Oh yeah, man. It's a good city, fun city. Got a couple buddies that live up there, so I'll go visit them from time to time.
Hit up the Circle Center Mall, get a little St. Elmo's, or there's plenty of great places around there to eat. But hey, man, I see you guys doing well. Keep your heads up, and I don't know, don't. Yeah, who cares about the owner? He's a dummy, anyways.
We'll try to keep it clean. Try to keep you from having to pay for a new truck. So
it's all going on Chris's bill.
We'll just expense it, right?
Yeah, right. Just expense to Lewis. All right. So getting ready to go back to green here. That was the, in case you couldn't tell, that was the TIX team that I helped co-own a little bit. But anyways, here we go. Coming back to green with Peachin. Dylan Glass up to second. J.W. Miller's third. Telder is up to fourth. And Sammy B up to the top 5 as we come to the halfway point here at Chicago. I'm a week ahead. Indianapolis Motor Speedway virtually on the Captain Esports Network. And it is that time of the week, as always, that we turn the speakers as loud as we can. Make the neighbors mad if you want to. I don't care. But we're going to turn it up on the Captain Esports Network. cannot wait next week to let the people at Black Horizon Brewery crank up their speakers. Oh, Allen Best in the wall. For their people to be sitting there having a cold one, listening to this, and they're gonna like, is this real like right now? And they're gonna realize that this is just a simulator making noises like this on a stream. So some things have happened since we turned it up. J.W. Miller has gone to the front in the 6 truck. Lucas Strayer has gone to second. Sean Peachin has fallen to third, and I think I might know why. Are we seeing some fuel save out of the 21 truck? If so, that could be interesting. Teammates working past Allen Best. Sutphin and Fontaine there with Cummings, who brought out the caution there in the 9th position going through. Here's Dylan Parker up here in the 6th position now after what happened is they came to pit road before the competition caution, and which became an actual caution for the incident, and has come out now in the 6th position when everything is all said and done. Oh, Parker now on the wall. That right there could be a big moment. And the pit road comes the Dean Machine. That an unscheduled stop for him? To see how much that damage affects that 3 truck when it's all over with. As Strayer gets a little loose, but you see J.W. Miller starting to pull away here. AW's ran on again, off again throughout the last few seasons. Of course, finished runner-up in the points battle back in Season 3. In that great battle with, Season 2, in that battle with Zach Allman there in the now 54 truck. But having a great run here. How about that 44 truck there? Matt Telder up 19 spots to the 4th position. He is one that I've watched in every car he has driven recently get better and better and better. I think he is definitely putting his nose down here. Not that he wasn't focused before, but now I'm really starting to see the focus of that young man right there. Unfortunately, still has his times where he gets into a bad spot, but hey, when he keeps it clean, he can run up front. But no offense to him, I'm watching the red truck there, right behind them. Sammy B up in the 6th position right now as Parker tries to take Telder 3 wide. Telder says, no, Silvio. Parker might take him on the high side here. Nope, not yet. And these are the kind of spots, it's kind of funny, I compliment Telder. These are the kind of spots where sometimes he gets put in a bad position. You got to be very careful. And Sammy B's like, man, I'm not used to seeing this kind of stuff. Brandon Alfin making a room pass, making a pass of Brian Sutphin. Forget my English tonight. You can tell I'm tired, 1, and 2, not been on the air much lately. My English is not cleansed. But a reminder for those who enjoy watching this series on a Wednesday night, next week we will be on Friday night. It's a special live broadcast from Black Horizon Brewery, the sponsor, of course, of this series. We will be live next Friday night. I will get a confirmed time and have the stream set up. I believe it's actually going to be a little bit earlier on Friday night. I want to say like a 7:30 or 8 o'clock start time. So I will let everybody know, and we'll get that stream up and rolling next week. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be the first time that technically, like, I've broadcasted out to a sponsor like that. So hoping for some good viewership, hoping some good chat, and who knows, maybe I'll come on, you know what, I probably will come on earlier and do some kind of pre-race show with, like, the drivers and do some kind of fun stuff. Maybe, you know what? I just thought of an idea that I'm going to bring up after the race to somebody. I don't know why I didn't think of this idea earlier. All right, so less than 30 laps to go. Pit window going to be opening here in about 10 laps or so. The key is going to be who can make it to lap 60. If you can get to lap 60 with the 65% fuel in these trucks, then you're good to go to the finish. If you cannot get to lap 60, oh boy. I think that's part of the strategy here. Let's ride with Peach in here now. I started to talk about it a little bit ago. The Celiac Disease Foundation, which helps partner now with the Captain Esports Network, as we raise money and try to raise awareness for celiac disease, which is one that affects my 2-year-old daughter, Lucy, who turns 3 actually in a few weeks. And I cannot wait for that. But needless to say, she has been diagnosed with celiac. Did realize Christopher Dean has taken his truck behind the wall after coming to pit road a little bit ago. But she was diagnosed, and it's gotten to that point where I would like to now start raising awareness, because I have learned that this is something that's very underrated. A lot of people do not realize they might have, and one that can be treated and taken care of. You'll be able to eat, you won't be able to eat all foods, but you'll be able to eat a gluten-free diet, because it is something that's autoimmune and unfortunately eats the lower intestines. The gluten does. As J.W. Miller is on pit road. But if you'd like to get more awareness about the Celiac Disease Foundation and what they do, you can check out the link down at the bottom of the YouTube page, or you can also donate money there too, also at celiac.org. But you can get a list of meals and stuff you can eat and items and things like that. Of course, there's plenty of restaurants out there that you can go enjoy that have gluten-free items and things like that. And one I do want to shout out is Ruby Tuesdays, one that I went to recently with my daughter up in the mountains of Ellijay, where my in-laws have a house. We went into Ruby Tuesdays, and I mean, they had a website and everything set up where you can go separate the menu out to different allergies and things like that, which I thought was really impressive. And yeah, I couldn't help but compliment them. As we almost had an issue there. Strayer got really loose, but Sean Peachin has gone to the front now. I think he's tired of saving fuel, as he's going to try to get away now, as Telder going to try to take second away. So the strategies of these this race is really getting interesting right now. Parker going to look to the inside of Telder for second. And Parker's going to take it away as Telder tries to protect for the third spot. Luca's going to dive it in there. A lot of grit in that move, pun intended. Oh, Fontaine with a try to make a move to the inside. Cooler heads prevail on that one. But again, our cameras aren't tonight. By the way, thank you, JW, for the compliments on the cameras. But you can check them out, trackcams22.com. It is TrackCams4. Hold on, Sammy B. Well, he had his hand and feet full on that one. I think his back tailgate says, whoa! I think it's exactly what he just said, or something like that. But TrackCams4 Gourmet online at TrackCams22.com. Online on Facebook and stuff. The realest cameras you're going to find on any stream and right here. At least that's my belief. I'm also a firm believer in it. If you have to admit it, it's not the truth. So I guess technically I'm saying it's not true, but I'm a firm believer in it. So I'm going to say it. I feel like it's the closest to realistic. Right here you'll see, and I'll let you guys figure that out too. All right, so more pit stops happening here. Just shy of 24 laps to go, which is right in the window here. So right now, anybody pits, they're not making it to the finish. This becomes a two-stop race. Now, I wonder when Peachin decided to make the move to the lead, if he realized there's no way he can get there. As Parker comes to pit road, Sutphin, Allman. All these guys enter their pit stalls. The longest pit road in all of stock car racing on iRacing and NASCAR, but the tightest pit boxes at the same time. As everybody out looks like 4 tires and fuel, except for Brandon Allman, who went fuel only. But we're going to see a mixed bag of moves again. Here comes the leader, Sean Peachin. Lucas about spins her out. Cummings does a lot better of a job getting to pit road. Here comes Miari to pit road. Most of these guys should be 4 tires and fuel. We'll watch the pit times here at the bottom and see any low numbers. If so, that could be people to watch. What a pit stop for Sean Peachin, 13.3. That's impressive. That might be a race-winning pit stop right there. Look at this. He's going to beat Dylan Parker off pit road. Maybe. Maybe not. All right, I overspoke a little bit. Sorry. A little dramatic. Yeah, 13.3, and he overshot his pit stop. Yeah, that's a fair point, too. I totally blanked on that part. But the good news is he will have the tires, it looks like, as Parker also took 4 tires here. So let's see how that works out. And well, here's a little bit of irony for you. Cody Beatty leads this race. Is Lightning going to strike twice? Oh, no, I think Cody's out of gas. Either that or he's way off the pace right now. No, he's up to speed here, so Him and Drift are doing something. JW's going to go by them both, but they made it to the 20 to go mark. And Lucas Strayer has gone around somewhere on the track. He's on pit road, actually. So I'm not sure what happened to Lucas Strayer, but no caution. As that hands the lead by a whole entire straightaway to J.W. Miller. Dylan Parker's going to jump to second. Sean Peachin, Zach Allman, and Brandon Trejembo up to the top 5 now. And I think Cody Beatty did run out of gas because Cody had to jump to the pits for some reason. I'll have to investigate that, see what happens. But let's see what happened to Lucas Strayer, what brought him. I don't like where this is going. Holes in the inside wall and pulls. That's the second person to do that. Not sure what that's about. Now, as this all happens, Cody Beatty comes to pit road. You see Cam Ingram coming in also, and Alan Best. Yeah, Cody's out of gas right here. Oh, no. Did Cody pull a Pops? Oh, no. Him and Cameron get together. And Cody's out of gas at that moment. Oh, my gosh. Tough break. That's just unfortunate. I don't know how to really put that, other than it's unfortunate. A rough way to end a chance well taken by Cody, but just unfortunate circumstances. Cam tried to get to his pit stall there, and unfortunately, Cody had to get to his, and he made a move to the left, and yikes. So JW leads by 10 seconds now over Dylan Parker. Were you out of gas coming down pit road, Cody? Here's an interesting turn of events. Look who's back on pit road. Let the strategies begin. 10-4. Oh, they all pitted too soon. I don't know if anybody's making it on fuel. As Cody's going to leave his pit stall now, unfortunately 3 laps down. The defending champion, unfortunately, not having a good night of this race. Sean Peachin 4 tires right here. It should be a short fill of fuel, so it should be a pretty quick stop here. And he pulls away. So does this drag Dylan Parker to pit road, or does it allow Sean to try to drive away here from Parker? Now, obviously, what he doesn't need is that you-know-what to come out. .15 laps to go. Let's see where everybody runs right now. We'll kind of go through the field and see what the circumstances are in this race. Matter of fact, while we do this, I'm going to throw up the pit board right over here on the right. This is where everybody sits right now. And you can see how long they can go on a tank of fuel. Most of them 17, 18, 19 laps or so. And you see Fontaine with 21. So there's a couple people you could say maybe you could stretch it. It's a possibility. Zach Allman, third position right now. As you see, he pitted about 9 laps ago, which is 23 to go. Alex Cummings, who is driven from 29th to 4th. He pitted 20 laps ago. Or, I'm sorry, 7 laps ago, so he is a little high above the number. Brian Sutphin running into 5th position right now. Brian pitted about 9 laps ago himself. As Trejembo, Chris Evans on pit road. Here's Sutphin's teammate, Jason Dalton. And what he's looking at right now, 8 laps since his last pit stop. And then Travis Icavacci, I haven't said a word about him tonight in that Union number 13 truck. There's old Sammy Fontaine. That is the guy right there. As JW comes to pit road, we're going to jump to this. JW Miller coming to pit road. And he's going to bring Dylan Parker with him. There you go, JW on pit road. All righty. So for those who don't know, JW doesn't know what's going on with this. As I said earlier, I'm kind of part owner of a team. There are little times in the race where you might hear the audio go bye-bye, and that is when I go down into Discord and actually talk to a driver real quickly. I was trying to help a driver out of mine, but he can't hear me apparently because he's muted me or whatever. I don't know. So I tried to help him. I had an idea for him, but it didn't work. Anyways. So Alex Cummings leading this race. Brian Sutphin second. Jason Dalton, Travis Icavacci, and Fontaine, your top 5. I would talk to him in a sim here, but I don't have race control, I don't think. So there's Sutphin, there's Dalton. And Telder's back here as J.W. Miller's ran the fastest lap of the race. In the 7th position right now, he is ahead of Dylan Parker. And once again, just like last season, it comes down to fuel mileage in this race. Matter of fact, the rest of this run, I'm going to go ahead and put up the fuel strategy over here on the left. And let's actually put up the laps they pitted at so that everybody can kind of see where we're at with all this. We are at 10 laps to go. Alex Cummings looking for that second career win. Brian Sutphin, Jason Dalton, Travis Ikavanchi, J.W. Miller. We have 17 trucks on the lead lap right now. Sean Peachin back here, 15th position right now. As he'll go around Cam for the 14th spot. As he does a good job here with the, one truck out of control off turn 4. Trajembo again. Well, that thing went all types of bobbing and weaving through the corners. As Peachin's going running through the field right now, up to the 13th position. All types of different strategies going on. Here's Zach Allman running behind a 14 truck right now. I'm just trying to see how everything's playing out right now. It looks like this right now is the top spot of those on this strategy. It's J.W. Miller. I'm trying to figure out where it went wrong for Sean, and my only guess is out of the draft. As Alex Cummings comes to pit road. And Cummings looks like just goes fuel only for him. And caution is coming out. William Martin has crashed. Oh boy. Things just got a little interesting. So what happened? And Noah Mayari also crashed, it looks like. So let's see what takes place here with less than 5 laps to go. There's the 8 in front of the 5. Oh, the 8 gets loose in 2 and overcorrects. Ouch. So now the strategy comes into play here. So basically, I'm going to just go ahead and turn this graphic off now because it means absolutely nothing. All right, so J.W. Miller staying out as these trucks come to pit road. J.W. Miller, Dylan Parker, and Zach Allman all pitted at the same lap. Matt Telder pitted at lap 59 is fourth. So he's going to try to leg it out here and hope that there's no green-white checkers. Alex Cummings, who just pitted recently for fuel only, is fifth. Sam Fontaine, who pitted at 59, is sixth. Alan Best at 60, he is seventh. And then there's Sean Peachin at 63. Is eighth. Trajembo and Chris Evans will be your top 10. Oh, this is, as Robert Johnson said, spicy. Oh, something happened during that run with Peachin that killed him, because he was up there and he pitted, and I wonder if those laps out of the draft hurt him. Only thing I could think of. All right, caution lights are out. JW takes the inside lane. Now, I don't want to bring up an old thing, but we go back to season 2. JW Miller, Zach Allman. Look who's first and third. Then we have the ever so aggressive Matt Telder, who is not afraid to use any part of his truck on somebody. I mean, he would literally use the drive shaft if he had to on somebody. Now, there's Alan Best in fifth, who easily should have won a race, I think, in the last season or two. There's Fontaine, who's been very underrated this season. Won himself a road race at Motegi. And then, of course, there's Sean Peachin, who, as I said, circles this like any college student circles their anniversary date. As here we go, gonna go green, white checker for the first time. And it's actually an unofficial green, white checker because we're not the lap 80 yet. Here we go. Oh, is that a lane change for Telder? Oh, I had to look at a few lane changes there in the front. Telder throwing a block on his teammate. I think, oh no, that's not mine. That's Allman. Sorry, I can't see with the sun. Do. Meanwhile, there's a mess back there. Peachin sending it under Alan Best, moving to 6th. Everybody's keeping it clean right now. Off turn 4, they're going to make it. Oh, I think they're going to make it back. Sutphin got the wall. And there's the white flag. Final lap for the Brickyard. And we do got some wrecking going on. Trejembo's gone around. Alex Cummings off the pace. Look at this, 4 wide down the straightaway here. Down to 3. Well, there's a photo of J.W. Miller with his father on the front straightaway at the Brickyard. Now he's actually going to go to victory lane at the Brickyard. J.W. Miller wins. Parker's going to get second, and you notice Sean Peachin slows up. Dylan, does he not know what happened to Sean last season here? Allman's going to get third. And for the second straight season, an Ace Racing truck wins at the Brickyard. Now the fun begins. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. And all the Ace Racing guys going up to join their driver, JW, including what probably is going to be the toughest one of the group, Cody Beatty. That's a cool photo right there now. I think they all want to join. Oh, that's not fair. I was going to say, Drift had no room to drift. Boy, that is more smoke than Jason Clark on a normal day right there, boys. Impressive. Kind of impressive. Matt Telder over in the chat on the GLSR channel. I don't even think Ike Gavacci's crossed the line yet. He's already asking for the point standings. That's impressive. Let's real quickly, I'm going to take a look at something before. This is where the captain mathematician comes to work. Is always after this race. Where I get to figure things out. Just looking at my math. I think it's pretty safe. I know who the Final Four are. Pretty sure it's Zach Allman, Caden Atkins, Sean Peachin, and Sam Fontaine. I'm pretty sure that's going to be your Final Four, as Parker was almost 40 points behind in the standings. So I think that's going to answer my question. Is Sammy B is going to come up here and join me after a good run on his part. Trying to see where the hell you finished.
A good run to a point.
I mean, you were up there.
Yeah, I mean, it's I guess I'll take the being fast part, but I did not execute the small stuff. So I've never done a pit or entered my pit box that bad before. And then I want to definitely apologize right up front to Brian Sutphin, because I sent that thing so dumb stupid into turn 3. I basically pancaked him into the wall. So he has every right to be upset about that. But yeah, no, it felt good to be fast. But I can't say I'm exactly, you got to take the small victories. But I'm a little bummed that I couldn't have had more today, because I was better than 15th.
There you go. So what? I know we're up here obviously to get the Final Four set, and I know Matt Telder was quicker to ask her the point standings than I think Dylan Parker's pole lap. But needless to say, we're looking at the final results now as J.W. Miller gets the win in what is his first win, I believe, in 2 seasons here in the series, as he took last season off and has ran part-time this season. Parker second, Allman third, Telder fourth, and Fontaine your top 5. Sean Peachin, he's going to have to wait 13 more races, unfortunately, for this one. I know he's not going to be happy about that, but might be happy at the same time that he's in the Final Four. Dylan Glass finishing 7th, Alan Bass, Travis Iacovacci, and Caden Atkins, your top 10, and I believe the Final Four is pretty much locked in just looking at what I saw in the standings a second ago. Drift, Dalton, Sparling, Cummings, Barnes finishes 15th, Cameron Ingram 16th, Clark Sutphin finishes 18th after that shindig with 19th is Chris Evans, 20th Trejembo, 21st Cedric Ingram, 22nd Tyler Brewer, Cody Beatty 23rd, 24th William Martin, Noah Maori 25th, 26th Brandon Alphin, 27th Lucas Strayer, Robert Lukens 28th, Christopher Dean 29th, 30th to Bondurant, 31st Pierce, 32nd to Robert Johnson. Any comments from you?
I mean, I think that was a super clean race all around. I mean, it was good fun running. I mean, I was funny. I was saying to the guys in the chat, because I qualified 13th, 15th, somewhere in the middle there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, that's surprising. And then I just kept driving, and I was like, I think I could pass this person. And I said over the chat, I'm like, man, I must be doing something wrong with the strategy, because I shouldn't be this fast. But, man, great, intense racing all around, at least from my perspective. I mean, I haven't seen the broadcast because I'm still in here. So I'm not sure what happened with some of the incidences on track yet. But Indianapolis always provides. It's always a show. And it's definitely earned its place in the calendar. I know there are some that would love a switch up, but as long as I'm considered one of the admins here in the league, I want this race to stay right where it is, because man, it puts on some great racing.
It does put on some great racing. Now we're going to talk to some of the drivers. Before we do so, next week, remind me and remind the viewers what time we are on the air.
Well, we're not going to be in a normal Wednesday slot. We're going to be the brewery wants to make sure that they can see our trucks live in the tap room, so we will not be on Wednesday next week, but we will be on Friday night race. Very excited to see the league do that, and I know Black Horizon is too.
Do we have a set time for the race, though?
Same time.
Oh, it is going to be 9 o'clock Friday night. Okay, so that means, what are we doing at, say, 7:30 or 8 o'clock, Sean? I say Sean. I'm looking at Sean celebrating. He's in the finals over here on Discord. Mr. Sam, what is going on around 7:30 or 8 o'clock Friday night?
Just in general, or?
Well, because an idea has come to my mind during this broadcast, and since you're here, I figured I'm going to throw it out on the air to you.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to see how that shakes out, because I'm not fully sure what we're gonna do at that time.
I mean, I could see us potentially recording a podcast before the race live.
Perhaps.
I'm
We'll definitely have.
saying so the viewers can listen to us.
Well, we're just gonna have to have a little look-see. But no, I think there's a definite possibility we'll have to investigate that and see what we can do.
All right, seeds been planted. All right, let's go talk to our top three now before they're like, the hell are those two doing up there? Let's talk with Zach Allman, and he finished in the third position this evening in the 54 truck. Zach, congratulations. Welcome back to the Final Four for the championship. You definitely have worked hard in this playoffs, including that win, of course, to kick it off this season at Gateway, as you now go back to Chicagoland and a chance to get number 2.
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, today I was just trying to have a really uneventful race. Well, the damage on my left front kind of counteracts that, but I mean, I just had a pretty solid race, except for that one hiccup on the restart.
Well, obviously, you mentioned the restart there, but tough race, obviously. As you started up front, you just kept it clean and kept it, I mean, other than the damage, you kept it right up there in the front the whole time.
Yeah, it was a great strategy that my teammate Dylan told me to do, and it worked out for 2 of us. The other 3, it didn't work out too well, but I mean, I guess that's part of racing, and it was a really good playoffs. I was glad I was able to kind of shift the momentum towards me, but I'm just gonna have to next week hopefully be on the right strategy compared to last season, and hopefully go up there with a win.
Well, great job tonight. Congratulations on that top 3 finish, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Twin Cities Aviation and Precision Plus and my teammates at PPM.
There you go. Great job tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Zach Allman into the Final Four, finishes in the 3rd position tonight. Also advancing into, or actually not making the Final Four, so he's going to be disappointed about this. But finishing in the 2nd position, if I can drag him down here to us, is Dylan Parker. And it's kind of shameful to see that you're not going to be a Final Four driver. But obviously, I think we know why when it's all over with. But still, what has been, I would say, a successful rookie campaign for you.
Yeah, very disappointing we didn't get into it. You know, we was looking pretty good. On that last few laps before the caution came out that kind of ruined everything. Caution about halfway, you know, put me in the back, and I thought it's going to be tough because Sean was up in the lead, Fontaine was in the top 5, and I thought it was going to be really tough. But, you know, I played the strategy right and got back up in the top 3, but that last caution screwed me, and it really sucks to have a teammate. You know, it wasn't on purpose, but dang, it's frustrating. It's definitely really annoying to go win 3 races in like
4 weeks,
the playoffs, and and then not make it to the Final Four just because of internet issues in 1 week. But you know, it is what it is. I'll try to come back next season and do good. But all in all, rookie season, I'm not complaining. First half, I could complain. You know, we had a rough start, but second half, I think rebounded pretty good. So not too mad about that. Just the ending was a little frustrating.
Understood. And still, though, got one more race to go in there and play spoilers at Chicagoland next week. But still a great race tonight on your part. Heard a little bit about a strategy. Did you feel like you were better than Sean in that race? Because it seemed like you two were just back and forth at the beginning of that race.
Yeah, I was testing the waters a little bit at the beginning, just seeing how fuel would work, seeing if I could save any, and it looked like no matter what I do, fuel was going to be about the same no matter what I'd done. So kind of just decided to play it safe, don't get any damage, and run the same pace as Sean, and then try to out-strategize him and save an extra set of tires, which we did, but a caution kind of screwed all that up with him staying out late. And, yeah, Sean definitely played it right. for how the race went, but if we could have went green to that competition caution, I think it would have played out a lot better for the whole PPM gang.
Well, great job tonight. Congratulations on the finish of second at least. And shout out to whoever you like to.
I'd like to give a shout out to PPM, Precision, everyone who runs Great Lakes every week, and you for doing an awesome broadcast every week.
I appreciate it, man. Go enjoy your
All right.
go enjoy your evening, bud. See you next week.
All right, thank you.
You too. Dylan Parker, obviously disappointed. Nothing wrong with that. Can't help but be disappointed finishing second and so close to making it to the Final Four. Unfortunately, falls up just a wee bit short. All right, let's talk to, a guy that really unfortunately doesn't have anything in the playoffs to race for, but he has at least the win tonight here at Indianapolis. Welcome to Victory Lane here at the Brickyard JW. I talked about it as you came off turn 4, the photo of you and I believe that's your dad there on the front straightaway at the Brickyard. And here you are crossing the stripe on the bricks and winning this race.
Yeah, it's really special win. Thank you.
The race itself, man, you pulled a different strategy and you drove away, and I don't know what you did different, but it worked.
Yeah, it was a lot of tire saving, a lot of this track is you got to hold a line and you got to be able to hit that line every single lap, and it really comes down to consistency, and we've always been consistent at these kind of flat lifter tracks. So yeah, that was awesome. As soon as we started kind of pulling away there after that halfway caution, we felt really confident in it.
Now, obviously, unfortunately, Cody wasn't able to get the win, but still, for the team, to see you guys out there celebrating together and know that this is 2 straight Brickyard wins for the team's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome that we have the Brickyard dominance. Hopefully we'll see Drift or Chris pick up the slack next time and get up a win. But yeah, just awesome track. Love coming here every time. Any car, you see me here.
There you go, man. Well, great job tonight. Shout out to who you like to, bud.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to everybody over at Ace Racing. Those guys keep me sane during the race. And thank you, as always, for broadcasting each week. And thank you to everybody over at the GLSR admins who put together this awesome race every week.
Well, great job tonight, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. J.W. Miller, winner tonight here in Indianapolis, the Circle City at the Brickyard. Congratulations to him. Obviously, this is going to be a pretty impressive interview, I think, when it's all said and done. I'm bringing Sean down here to join us. And, Sean, I'm going to pop quiz you a little bit here because I've read that bio a little bit. And I know, obviously, growing up in Indiana, living in Las Vegas, you're a Kansas City fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
One I haven't shared much is, I grew up a Kansas City fan myself. So
I did know that.
2019, we sat on our couches against the Patriots, and we watched an interception on a play in the fourth quarter, and Charvarius Ward, I believe, made that interception. There was a flag on the play. You remember the penalty?
I don't remember exactly what the penalty was. I can't remember.
Offsides.
Yeah, it was. Yep, it was offsides.
Yep. That, of course, cost Kansas City a trip to the Super Bowl and put Tom Brady and the Patriots in. They win the Super Bowl. Let's go back to last season. Sean Peachin crosses the line and makes the Final Four. Then you accidentally hit something, it costs you points, and you fall out of the Final Four. Let's fast forward in football to 2020. Kansas City wins the big game. Does lightning strike twice for Sean?
Absolutely. I said last year when I got screwed out of the championship that I was going to come back and get it this year. I said that this year I'm going to win, and I said I was going to rip it out of Blaine's hands, and unfortunately he won't be there to defend. But yeah, it goes on. So we're going to go to Chicagoland. Last year, we were the highest finished driver. We were not in the top 4, but we beat all the top 4 for the championship, as you remember the infamous interview. So yeah, I'm coming to Chicagoland. I like Chicagoland, and I'm going to do everything within my power to win that championship and the race, obviously, but mostly the championship.
Now, talk about the race tonight a little bit. You came close. Unfortunately, it looked like something went wrong in that last run. I went and broke it down myself in my head. I'm like, it had to be the running by yourself for a little bit out of the draft.
Yeah, so there's 2 competing theories, right? So there is the theory that, like, I'm going to save gas and I'm going to make it to the end and win the race, which is what a lot of people subscribe to do. And I was thinking, well, let's just get to the halfway point and see what happens. But one thing that I had learned through some of my analysis of the last couple was, like, if I run up front, I'll be largely unopposed. So I decided I'm just going to lead as many laps as I can and get the bonus points for leading the most laps and, you know, leading laps in general, plus get Hellfire Detroit some TV time. And then, you know, once it started to come down to the strategy aspect of things, I was like, okay, well, we're obviously probably not on the right strategy, but all we need to do is finish, you know, reasonably. And so I stopped for fuel, but I had unchecked my tires previously on accident it wasn't on accident, it was for a planned move that didn't happen, but I forgot to turn them back on. So then I stopped for fuel, took fuel, no tires, and I was like, oh crap, this is not good. And so then I went as long as I felt comfortable, and then I went to the pits to get the tires and fill up, because I was like, okay, at this point, I can run my tires till the end. I can run as hard as I want, and I'm going to go as fast as I can. With that being said, I should finish easily within the top 10, because I knew a lot of guys were saving. Like my teammate Allman, he was up there in 8th place, was where he finished. But I knew for a fact that, like, Allman, I was right behind him, and I knew he was saving. So I knew that I was going to pass a huge group of cars and end up probably right about where I ended up finishing, honestly, when it was all said and done. So I was like, okay, well, now I'm going to be right there with Dylan. I've led a lap. I've led the most laps. And the gap is just not there. So at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? We did exactly what we needed to do. Obviously, I wanted to win the race, but I'm not really upset with myself because I just used kind of a different strategy that was a little, what would you call it, like unconventional to get to the points.
That works. Yeah.
Yeah, unconventional to get the points that I need. But yeah, next week is going to be a little bit different. I know exactly what I need to do. I've watched plenty of the Chicagoland races, and we're going to win the championship next week.
Well, we're looking forward to watching that race, man. Great job here this evening, still finishing in the top 6. And another close Indianapolis race, but the big one's next week for you. You're there. You get the race for it. Congratulations on that, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, thanks so much. Obviously, thank you to Hellfire Detroit, who's been on the truck all season. We really appreciated being able to support different liveries for them and everything, so thank you. Thanks to the other admins who run the league, you yourself for broadcasting, all the people who watched. Special shout-out to my girlfriend who watched her first race on the big screen TV in the living room and was tracking all the action that was happening, so I really appreciate her doing that. It means a lot to me, and I love her very much, so thank you.
Poor thing.
I know.
She could have picked a better broadcaster earlier. I'm just kidding. Great job
no,
tonight.
She probably picked a better racer.
Great job tonight.
Right. Yep, see it.
Everybody. Sean Peachin finishing in the 6th position tonight, but he is also in the Final 4 coming up here next week at the Chicagoland Speedway virtually on the Captain Esports Network. That leaves us with one more driver let's talk to really quickly, and that will be the 4th guy that'll race for the championship next week, and that is Caden Atkins here in the 2 truck. Caden, congratulations. At least you guys know you got a 50% chance of winning the championship next week.
Yeah, thank you, by the way, but that was a crazy race. I mean, yeah, it would have been optimal if we had, like, we went into this playoffs with 5 people, and if Dylan's internet didn't go out and if Clark and Dane actually showed up, we would have had a chance at sweeping the top 4. But we really only had me and Allman, and then Dylan had a chance, but he just wasn't. He just, because he missed the race, he was in a hole the whole time. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited for next week. Glad to be back in the Championship 4. Hopefully I can get the title this time. I feel like I learned a lot over this season and from the championship race last season, like what the strategy is and all that. So, yeah, hopefully it's a good race.
I think it will be a good race. Definitely got 4 competitive guys going to be going for it all when it's over with next week. Obviously, for you, I believe your first chance to get to the Final Four, but correct me if I'm wrong. And
I got there last year.
Last year, I should have known that by now, but I'm too damn tired to remember anything. Second chance for the championship, but still, I know that's going to be a good feeling. But tonight's race, obviously, not the best of feelings. You ran up there in the top 5, and this actually might be one of your worst finishes you've had recently.
Yeah. So Dylan put us on the strategy of like, don't take tires to the comp yellow, which honestly would have worked, but there's a crash entering pit road, and I was a lap down, and like literally our entire team besides Dylan was on a lap down. So Allman got the lucky dog, and then for me it was pretty much me and Noah fighting, and William Martin fighting like tooth and nail to get the lucky dog like the rest of the race, and then I don't know, it ended up going in my favor, and I was able to put tires on in that last yellow. And yeah, I got 10th. So I mean, I'll take it. It gets me into the next round, into the Final Four. It doesn't matter now. All the previous 13 races don't. So it's just next week. Got to win.
It's a one-race season now. So great job tonight,
Yep.
man. Shout out to where you like to, bud.
PPM, my boys at PPM. Precision Plus Race Setups. GlitchEnergy.com with a Y. Put PPM in the code for 10% off. My brain is fried because I had a final today. So
welcome to the club.
Yeah. Thanks to all the admins, all the drivers, and also I am very sorry to Justin Bondurant. I've run them over under caution. I wasn't paying attention, and I was like dragging the brake, and I came up behind him, and then I look up, and frickin' I'm like 2 feet behind him, and I slammed the brakes, and then I wrecked him, and I feel bad.
Don't text and drive, people.
I figured I would bring it up because so yeah, I'm sorry to Bondurant. I didn't mean to do that. Shame. Anyways, thanks for the great broadcast too. So yeah, that's all.
My pleasure. Have a good night, bud.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Caden Atkins finishing in the 10th position tonight. We're going to be the Final Four and the 4th member of that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So next week is going to be fun. And a reminder, we are going to be on Friday night, next Friday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central from Black Horizon Brewery. We'll be on live over there. And also what we'll do is I kind of planted the seed for Sam. We'll see if we can put together a live viewing of the podcast. And what I'll do is I'll put up the stream. And we'll do it video-wise, too, from my end. And maybe Sam, too, we'll see. If not, then I'll just host an hour-long pre-race show. Why the hell not? We'll do something before the race so that we can get the Black Horizon people to ready to go and enjoy the race. And it should be a lot of fun. So I cannot wait for that. So, yeah, going to be very interesting. So, with that said, appreciate everybody for watching. Appreciate everybody's support, especially the last 2 weeks. It's been rough work-wise, but we hope to be back tomorrow night. I still got the first race to do from the American Open Wheel Racing Series, and tomorrow night's the second race. So if I can get home early enough, we'll get both races on tomorrow evening before their second before they before I miss their second race too. So should be a lot of fun. But appreciate everybody for watching this evening. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. Get some rest, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your week. And always remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. I will see you next week in Chicago. See ya!